Job interviews are stressful, even in your own language. Em inglês, então, pior ainda. Don't just repeat your CV or resume. They've already read that, that's why you're in the interview. Most people prepare the wrong way. They memorize perfect answers. En ahora, travam. Practice, tell me about yourself answer. But don't memorize a perfect speech. Memorize it in sections so that you can connect them naturally. When you talk about your interests, always mention that you study English. Something like, in my free time, I've been focusing on improving my English. Because even if your English isn't perfect, they know that you're improving. Eu comecei a fazer as entrevistas simuladas com vocês, prática real com feedback tudo gravado. Se você te interessa, o link está na descrição. If your interviewer is not Brazilian and you're from a small town, mention where your town is in relation to a big city they will have heard of, like Rio or São Paulo. For example, I'm from a small city in Brazil, about 2,000 kilometers from São Paulo. Now they can picture it, they remember you. Fica mais fácil de visualizar. Apply for jobs you don't really want. Use the interview as practice, no pressure. If you don't get the job, you didn't want it anyway. You'll start to notice something. The same questions come up again and again. And over time, you get better at answering them. You're prepared for them. Mais natural, mais rápido. If it's an online interview, screen record everything, then watch it back. Where did you hesitate? Where did you translate in your head? Where did it sound unnatural? Fix those parts and practice. And in the next interview, you'll be better and more relaxed and more prepared. Control your nerves. It's easier said than done, but take a minute before it starts. Breathe, meditate, slow down. Some people might say, have one beer before, but I couldn't possibly recommend that. And remember, English is just a detail in the whole process. They're deciding if they can work with you. They're not judging you solely on your English. And one more thing, if your interview isn't a native speaker, they're more worried about their English. They're thinking, can I understand this person? And sometimes, is this person's English better than mine? So relax, you don't need perfect English. You just need to communicate and be confident. So tell me, what's the hardest part of interviews in English for you?